Hi guys, and in particular, hi Kenny. I finally got it. Now this isn't going to mean anything to anyone else, so I'll just quickly explain. 1979 to 1980. Good times. Star Wars was just in the cinema. The world was alive with sci-fi, computers, technology. It was all going on. Now I was always into sci-fi. I was always into electronic music, even from a very, very young age. I was into Kraftwerk, Jeff Ween's War of the Worlds. Loved it all. Anything with synthesizers, vocoders, robotic voices, I loved it. I just had to have it. Doctor Who, big fan, huge fan. So I was totally into sci-fi, robots, laser beams, Doctor Who, Star Wars, Terrahawks, Starfleet, you know, the whole bit. At the time, still am to this day, and I make no apologies for it. Still a big Doctor Who fan, still into Star Wars, love it all. And the same with music. Back then I was into new romantic, synth pop, anything with synthesizers, vocoders, electronic voices, loved it. Still do to this day. That's why I like future pop, V&V Nation, that kind of thing. It kind of reminds me of the sort of stuff I used to be into, but harder, louder, more aggressive, brought more up to date. It's brilliant, I love it. And at that time, vinyl records were very, very easy to acquire. You could buy them in newsagents. R.S. McCall's, Four Boys, they always had these big racks of records. They were about £1.99, as I remember. But there was always a record you forgot to buy, wasn't there? When you were younger, there was a record that you were really, really into, thought, I must get that one. But somehow it slipped through the net, you just never got round to buying it. And years later you might find it on MP3, download it, you know. But this was this situation with this particular record that I liked. It was 1980. I was at Butlins with my dad and my two sisters. For those who don't know, Butlins is a holiday camp in Britain, which is really good. It's fun fairs, arcades, the lot, it's brilliant. Used to be better, in my humble opinion, in the 70s and 80s than it is today, but, you know, they had to get rid of a lot of stuff, like monorails, chairlifts, so it isn't quite as good as it was, but it's still good. Anyway, in 1980, I was 10 years old, and this song came on the radio, packed with synthesizers. Electronic voice doing the vocals, very robotic sounding voice doing the vocals. Very sci-fi lyrics. And I thought, I must have that. That is perfect. I love that record. And it was one of the ones I never got around to buying. It was called Into Overload by Overload, and it was just amazing. It was I mean, I loved like Mr. Blue Sky by ELO. I loved Marvin the Paranoid Android. This was the kind of thing I liked. So this was the perfect record. It was synthesizers. It was a robot singing about falling in love and going wonky. I like that, you know. So I thought, yes, I'll have that one. And they played it all the time. The whole week, every day, on this local radio station. And even when I got back from the Butlins camp, got home to Edinburgh, they were still playing it on Radio 4th. Daily, you know. So I don't understand how I managed to overlook it. I went to Four Boys and R.S. McCall's regularly, looked at the records. I believe in that year I bought Gary Newman's We Are Glass. And possibly the Human League Sound of the Crowd. I'm not sure if that was that year or not. Can't remember now. Gone back a long way. But I bought a couple of records, but I don't remember seeing Into Overload on the rack. Maybe that's why I overlooked it, I don't know. But here we are in 2009. Well, what's left of it. And I got it! I finally managed to get it. On vinyl. I suppose I could have just asked you for the MP3. But there's something nicer about this, isn't there? Having a solid vinyl record that you can hold, that you can put on the turntable. It's in pristine condition. I've already played it several times. Plays perfectly. Chuffed with it. Yeah, it's like being 10 years old again. You know, it's good. So, I've got it. I've finally got the record. Now, if you want to hear this record, I don't want to breach copyright or upset anybody. I don't want to get on the wrong side of RCA Records. I might work for them one day. So, you know, this, if you want to hear it, you can check the video that I've responded to. Look up Kenny Overload, Into Overload. You'll find it, no problems. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but if you like vocoders, synthesizers, robots, sci-fi, you probably like it. Especially if you like things that are a bit 80s, a little bit different. Check it out, you know, it's a good record. So I'm very chuffed with my new acquisition. It was just one of these records that fitted the time. Doctor Who at the time was Tom Baker. He had K9, little robot dog. R2-D2, Daleks, you know, this was what was going on at the time, you know. The black hole, that's the kind of film that we were getting. Everyone was sci-fi mad. Computers had started to get into the home. Arcades were full of video games like Berserk, which spoke, you know, had this clangy, metallic, robotic voice. Space Invaders, Pac-Man, of course. And it was just, that was what the whole time, the whole period was all about. Technology, sci-fi, robots, laser beams, that was the 80s, you know, that was the feel of the time. And that record just fitted right in, and I thought, I've got to have it. And then, it's only now, in 2009, that I finally managed to get it. So, and I just thought I'd let you know, Kenny, that finally managed to get it.